Okay, so so I'm going to be planning this future very well. But today's date is the 7th of February 2026. Time now is 21st. So time now is 9:50 a.m. Okay, so welcome. You can call me Mr. OBINexus. You can call me Mr. OBINexus Namdi Michael Bala. Why I run OBINexus? OBINexus. OBI Nexus. So today we're gonna be drawing. We're gonna be drawing to the in 5 point perspective. Basically, this drawing, this kind of you can see right now is my canvas, but I really made this layout. But I was doing for a tutorial, really. I was doing for a tutorial, as you can see, it's 5 point perspective. It's not really done well. It's just some final things need to go around the edge, around the corners to make it probably 5 point. But I'll do that now before I go back to the board. But I'm using the board today, you know. But I'm just recording this for like fucking my sake of doing so. So there's only 5 points, 5 points that can go. As you can see, this is the outline, so you can only go 5 places. So the top, the bottom, the left, the right, and side to side. Um, 6 places. The up, the top, the bottom, the left, the right, and an angle, side to side, on an angular. So that's what I'm trying to do. So side to side. So that's 6 places. Oh, five places. Because there's no side to side, just side to side, one side, left to right. So it's just 5 places gonna go. So choose right. Okay. So this is one drawing. But one we're going to plan first. My room's gonna be good enough. So this for me. So this is Mr. OBINexus coming out. But also got this. Lucky me, I have this double-ended 30 pens. Like lucky for me, I'm doing this. But I have to see what I can come up with. But I'm going to think properly. Knifeful. Oh, knifeful. Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna be using the board to use poem first. So the poem I'm gonna be writing is about my drawing. My drawing is called basically about the legends of Kai and Zora, which is my book, The Legends of Kai and Zora. So Kai is one guy, Zora is another person, but like it's like Jekyll and Hyde, but in Japanese way. So basically they're yin and yang of each other. So the bipolar guys, the bipolar so epic. But the one person, they know one person. The only thing is they know one person. So basically, Kai was born in the night, and in the night because of some kind of issue, and Zora was born in the day and had all the blessings because we need to take Zora. But Zora, S for zombie, the S for sunshine, O for orange, R for Romeo, A for Alpha, doesn't know Kai, but Kai knows Zora. So that's how the story runs out. Kai, but they're twins. Basically, they're non-identical twins, Kai and Zora. So Zora is basically the guy of the sun. Let's go to the board. You have this Kai and Zora, which is literally the present. This one. So you have Kai. So I just really drawn here. I'm gonna say okay. So this is what the legends. Well, basically, it's a comic series represent of Kai and Zoro. So I'm going to be Japanese Kai and Zoro. Legend of Kai and Zoro. So this is it's the Legend of Kai and Zoro. This is the framework I'm building. It's like a comic art with a pitch. So this is my whole story. So this is a story I made up. Which is one man, it's more than one man. Kai was born in the night. And Kai had a valley, right? So he was in a valley, and the valley was a mountain valley. So Kai had basically the goes for the night because of a long famine, and the king went to war. Who to kill Kai. K for kilo, K for kilo, A for alpha, I for indigo. His mother, Honey is a princess, and basically, Honey is spelled H-I-N-I. Honey, 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 H-I-N-I. Honey, no, honey, yeah, honey, H-I, honey, H-I, H for hamburger, H for alpha, N for number, F again. So you got honey, and honey basically is a plot line, basically. So I'm building a story until it was real time. So honey was a woman made in, she was born, um, she had a husband. Honey is married to Riku, but they're just friends, they became lovers. Lovers. Honey is a woman that wants to, and Riku is a warrior. So basically, those things go so basically, it is not about Japanese heritage. So basically, if you want the traditional heritage, your friends become your spouses, your wives, your friends. So basically, Riku was born on this is Mongol series, Mongol times, Mongolian times. So, because the Mongolians came attack, there was chaos and disorder. Chaos was chaos, and chaos was there already. So there was chaos, and they caused divide and conquer to conquer Riku, Riku's hometown, Riku and Hani's hometown, Riku and Hani's birthplace. So Riku goes. Okay, so you get the first chapter. The first chapter is Riku's rise to power. So this is the comic. Riku's Alpha Rodeo, rise to India, K for Kilo, you for Bella, rise to power. And we'll see Riku's story, and then we get this. You get two stories of power. You get Hani's story, and you get Riku's story. So what you have to get is to understand that Hani is writing to Riku. Obviously, Hani's letter is like my love. Hani's letter says love letter to Riku, love letter to Riku, and this is basically where Hani is displaying that to Riku she's pregnant. She's pregnant. Hey, I'm pregnant. Your two sons are here. The first son is here, Kai. Kai. Listen, Kai is born before Zora. And oh, and you have to and because we could have the birth at night and put in the valley, so we could put honey in the valley. So I mean honey put so this thing as a those security protocol was in place at that time in Mongolian times. Honey had a baby called Kai, and Kai is how many years? 5 days, 5 years older. No, wait. Is it 5 days older than 7 months, 9 months? Oh yeah. Kai is oldest, but we deny the royalty stuff. So that's what I mean. He's mean, but how is my brother? Yeah. So Kai is they're not twins. They're not twins. Obviously, Kai is I'm 2 years older than my brother. So I am 25 this year. 24. Four. I am 24. Kai is Kai is 24. 22. So this is the story about me and my brother. Kai is 22. I'm Kai. I'm Kai. I'm Kai. I'm Kai. I'm the moon. I'm the forgiven. There's no way to forget Kai. Because Kai was distressed as a baby. Had basically the protocol was literally to get Kai on a boat and ship him to the water and let the currents drift him to a safe place. And that's how Kai was born. So Kai was the baby's taken care by the family of of some trusted people, in the villages, So basically, Kai was born in the villages, the poor area, where he had some friends. So that's on the shita for me, on the chat, not on the shita for me, but on the chat. So basically, it exist, but you can tell me where I'm from. So you get those two places. So you get the village, which is where Kai grew up, and forget about himself until the day he turns 25. 25. Because 25 was literally a reinterpretation of my life, really. So Kai was they moved me from Nigeria. So this year when I was 9 years old. So Kai realized as a king, let's say 9 years old. 9 years old. And he has everything. So he has to go back and find his borderline before he turns 25. So he tries to contact Riku and Hani. But Honey says, Madam, so he's probably like, let's go all the way from the villages back to Rico and Honey. But there's a lot of war, and they're war torn. So Riku does not die. Riku's son does not die. He does not die in this manga. So the first chapter is love letter to Riku, and that's written by Hani. And you get a Riku story. So basically, there's two sides to every story in the chapter. Riku story. It's reply. Riku's story is like Riku's writing his journal. So Riku's writing his diary. Um, blood, sweat, and tears. And this is basically bloodshed and tears. This is Riku. So Riku is the father, and he's he's a samurai. And basically when Riku was celebrating, so when they celebrating Riku the father, the warrior, he had the letter from the messenger, and he said blood, sweat, and tears, and he was gonna invoke the protocol. So the protocol was called the protocol is in three ways: blood, sweat, or tears. Can't be one of them. So he said because he was gonna die, he said the blood protocol. So this one that made him Kai disappear. So Kai was the one, but oh no. Basically, the blood over there. He made one with the chest. So the chest protocol. No, basically, the chest protocol is like a. So let me get. So look at one problem. So Amicus will go along with. I'm really planning my head. So the sweat protocol is like literally sweating. He's hard work. So he's in hard work. So he said, "Oh yes, I'm sweating. I need to use the sweat, and then I'm bleeding. I need to use support." For me, if I'm in tears, I need emotional support. So he has emotional support already around his friend and family, and he goes to sweat. And he said, okay, from this day on, every baby born here in the war zone, at night, should when at night should be using the valley to go to people, go to different places. So the value basically represents people that are born at night. And then we get star signs. Guys, so the Mongols on this ship, but they didn't have the guns there, so they have to get the guns and they have to be the scientists. So we guys need the scientists. So you have two divisions now. You have people born in the night and people born in the day on the sun. This is basically the legends of Kai and Zoro. Would there be unity when Kai and Zoro will take the bloodline? Who will come out victor? Like today? Who yin and yang? Will they find stability? Will they find happiness? So that's the whole plot between Kai and Zoro. I'm gonna write this manga. The first chapter is love related to Riku. The second chapter is about blood, sweat, and tears. Because when you saw Lucy Honey was pregnant in the villages. Honey was pregnant, and she had to move to the villages to take care of Kai. And Riku had to take care of Zora. Because Zora is a warrior, Riku is a peasant. Riku's a peasant. Zora is a king. So Kai, they all went, but they're both. They're not twins. They're like a valley. So I'm gonna draw this valley. So this valley, this will just represent what I'm gonna draw tonight. But I'm gonna fuck it up so many times to get it right. This is gonna be drawing for a while, until I get it perfectly how I want it. But I should first try. So you see this here? So basically this is the top-down view of Coral Valley. So the Coral Valley. So the Coral Valley is basically where you have children being put on. I'm gonna draw the Coral Bridge. The bridge. So basically the bridge is basically represents. So you go to the valley, which is actually water, where children are put in the boats. The canoes and driven and really to safety. Sometimes, if you put a child there, they get protection. And that was the policy of the king at the time, Riku, the royal samurai. Because he was a samurai, and he said, oh, but this is a story planning. So Kai was put here, Zoro was put in the sun, because he can protect people in broad daylight. Zoro was given the privilege to be with Kai, with Zoro. Because in the night time, there's a lot of ambush between the Mongolian people and Japanese people, and this story of going on. But the monarch decided to have a very clever plan with the kids. And the kids, you ever know this story? Have a real life and saying, you kids are get to ride your boats to somewhere else. If you don't ride a canoe, to ride to safety with your baby, with your brother system, and no one will find you. And you never die. That's what Kyle is sorry about. It's a very basically I'm making it Peggy 16. But it's a manga Peggy 16. No, Peggy 18. No, still Peggy 16. So the one is called Peggy 16 manga. I'm writing, look it up. But as you can see, I have a 5D perspective, a 5 point perspective here. But this is basically the Kora Valley. So the Kora is for the Kai and Zora. So it's called the Kora Valley. So K for Kilo, O for Oscar, R for Romeo, A for Alpha. So the Kora Valley is basically the story between Kai and Zora. And this is basically an imitable piece of thing I'm going to try and do in Click to the Paint. But this is basically the Kora Bridge. But if you get the Kora Bridge, you get the Kora Valley. So I'm gonna draw the bridge. But the bridge is the top down of the bridge. But the valley is gonna be the bridge is top of the valley. So before they had the valley, they had the bridge. So the bridge is basically one of the happy things that happen. So the Kora Bridge represents the moon bridge. So at night you go there peacefully and go to the villages. So you get used to between the sun and the moon. Because the sun and moon are days, but the day is distant. So the sun doesn't need the moon. The sun does not need the moon to be. And that's what the Kora Bridge means. The Coral Bridge is a little bridge that overacts the area of the landscape, the valley. So the valley is very deep, the bridge is very high, and you have a very strong foundation of the bridge. And the bridge really is a curved, high-rise bridge, a Japanese style bridge. You walk around it, you walk up, and you go over the hill, and it's like the more up you go, but you don't feel fatigued. You just keep walking like the steps. But it's not like a step thing. It's more like it's more like a step thing. The steps are smooth enough for you to hold on to the answer words. So yeah, so I'm gonna start this video now. No, I'm not. Okay. So I'm gonna start now. Yeah. So this is the bridge here. So basically, this is what I'm doing. So I'm gonna try to continue what I was from working on. But this is what we're gonna stop. So I will do it this way. We know go find a way to do it. So let me try to do it my way. So my own frame for doing it. So I'm gonna try to use some pens to make some marks today. Hopefully, I'll get this. I'll get my marks correct. So let me see what I can do. So I'm gonna see 5 lines here. So I'm gonna try to. See, I'm just put just lines on the paper here. It's not really adequate. So I'm gonna just tell this like, guys. I'm gonna tell this like, but it should be fine. Need some water. So, so I put some marks down, but I'm doing 5 point perspective. So this is the picture here. Yeah. But I'm doing the top down. So I'm gonna have the bridge come from this angle to this side, but it's gonna be looking top down. So I just have to not stroke too much. I just follow my wrist with perfect circles. Let's try to show what I'm doing. So I'm trying to the lines here. Because the lines are here. So I'm drawing the lines. Oh, I feel terribly because this is one. This should not be here like this. It should not be. I was following my own process, but you live and you learn. I was like rushing, you see, So I know from my mistake, but no, the final piece should not be there. It should not be here. So yeah, so I'm just stressing about this, but it definitely should not be here. It should not be here. So let me try to give you a second. No, see, we're making more mistakes now. It's still not the one-to-one ratio of the system. So I should be doing the way I had it before. Because it doesn't really matter how that was. So no, I fucked up again because this situation was right. I will just use distortion. I can use distortion to continue doing it. Try and put more lines there. It will backfire on me. So, I don't want to risk the distortion aspect of things. But this is what we've got now. You know, I think it's redeemable if I just follow the lines. But, I should just, okay, let me do it one more time and follow the lines because, I made a mistake. So, I messed with drawing on the inside of the circle, but I'm just like fucking everything up for myself. Everything left, right, and center. I'm just messing up for myself. I'm missing like it doesn't matter. But I got colors to do it, so I got time to do it. So let me try to do the time. So I'm gonna start here. Yeah, this is doing matters to me. So we get 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm glad to the path. Yeah. So basically, so I got like one more line to do. So what I'm gonna do. So I'm just doing outside this also one first. Because I'm just fine. So that's fine. I don't see. So we got this now. As you can see, it's work as intended. So it's basically this. So now the British will be here. So I have to elevate the British system here, and that's where the ruler comes in. So the valley is basically looking down at the valley. So that's what we're going to do. Well, the valley is sketched here. So let me get my just a ruler. So that's that. So I'm gonna trust ruler here. So whatever. So the bridge this thing will be here. I'm gonna do the valley first. So the valley will come up and down. So this will be so get the valleys. So I'm gonna draw the clouds. I'm gonna draw the layer one. So foreground is the premise. So I'm gonna draw the clouds. The clouds what you see first on Oscar. So like I said, the clouds are here, here, and here. So I'm gonna draw some clouds from the top down. So what needs to do to cloud? I don't know how the cloud looks like when you got them down, but the clouds top down clouds. Images. Yes, it looks like a some kind of strand of puffiness, puffy white, like fluff, some fluffy clouds. So I've used fluffy white. So yeah, the clouds. Basically, I've just had the fluffy clouds now, but this has to be finished because I just started not to lose it to not finish it. So this has to be called fluffy clouds. So anime cartoon clouds, cartoon clouds. So basically, I'm trying to have the clouds top down. I see. I know what to do now. That with density. So guys, I'm still making my fighting. I'm still making my own fighting ways to do it as my persona as a. But it's all be drawing with you guys. I'm drawing with you guys. So I'm showing to draw. So you get this thing here. So the clouds will be here in this axis, but this axis will be here. So I'll use this axis to draw some clouds, but the clouds will be here. So those two goes to the bridge actually. So the cloud will be here. It's more fluffy. So, fuck off, man. So there's one cloud here. So see the cloud's top down and it's not facing nowhere, it's drifting. But the cloud is here. I can see clouds like here. So I'm gonna erase it around and give it shape and form. So I'm not so happy with the kind of form it has. So the cloud has to have shape and form. So this has to be getting smaller. So because it's like further away, it's gonna get smaller here. So this is this layer one. So the clouds are here, and the bridge will be the second layer. But the bridge will be in the clouds. It's like because there was going to heaven. So I'm gonna have. So let me draw the main thing. So She's gonna be a layer one. So let me just try to follow my axis. So so I put it here. One, two, three. Let me draw the bridge. Let me just do the bridge. The bridge is here. One, two. Here. This line. Feel like a little vortex, like a little tornado. So this is a bridge. So that is a bridge outline here. So the bridge has to be to basically. Oh, bridge sounds too small actually. So let me just do some more curves. Actually, let me just do three. One, two, three. You have bridge in it. So I did not draw a bridge, but I'm gonna try to draw. Let's draw bridges. So I don't know if I go to the bridge driving, but let's see how I draw bridges. So the bridge is basically curves. So basically curvature is upright. Oh, it doesn't change dimensions. So I should just have a straight line. Have a straight line and raise it up in the sky. We just straight lines here. I'm gonna use a straight line. So I'm really so I am trying to do it wrong. So I'm doing wrong because I'm using straight line. So basically this cover bridge by number by that. But I'm saying I'm Japanese, so you continue with Japan and we'll do the art. Use the art is a lifestyle. Art is a lifestyle, guys. Anyone can go out to do any art in constitution for the developers. So I go to art down. So I know I'm gonna do that. So I can start again and just hopefully, but I made a mistake. So I'm gonna cross out. I'm gonna get in the video now. I'm still not building my artwork, but I'm glad I've done it. But I've just had to think about my perspective. Because I was just drawing lines, I was thinking perspective. So after start thinking in perspective, 5 point perspective, especially 5 point, because I'm not getting into the lines now. So I'm gonna try to do it from the corner again. You know, so take a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to the center, corner to the center. So this is here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. This would be straight line to straight line. So I now got two straight lines. I can now have Q. So I can now have a shared area of volume to the center. Also going to be following the curve of the system of straight lines. The straight lines here, so this is straight lines here. So I'll draw it here, so I just draw it here. So now I'll draw a bridge coming this way. So now I'm going to basically form. It's okay, let's continue tomorrow because I'm going to read the second. As you can see, I haven't made much progress here, but I'm happy with progress I made. So let me show you guys. This is the artwork I did. But this cover, but a full text, but shit. But the know yesterday, but basically, this is a cover bridge. So the 3 minutes has passed. So, so the cover bridge is here. Well, it's here, but this is Cora, so this is kite and Sora's bridge. So basically, on the left, on this left side, gonna be a moon. So the sun is in the east, and sets in the west. On the sun is in the east and sets in the west. So basically, you're gonna have the sun move from the starts to be on the south on the east side, and going to the west side, looking like I'm going to the west side. And you're gonna have to have the other opposites on the other side. So this south. The moon rises in the west, in the northeast, southwest, south, and sets in the east. Sets in the west, east, south. The moon runs in the north and south and the south. So this is that's how that's going to be. We're gonna have an axis. You're gonna have a bridge in center. You're gonna have this kind of circles of five perspective. You're gonna have the bridge go from, but it's just one bridge. And basically, car is gonna be. So you get the clouds here, and car is gonna be on the bridge, and car is gonna be looking down at the valley. Kind of be looking down in the valley. He'll be like perched over the bridge, looking down on the valley. You can see his top of his head. Those heads, you can go and some of them. But this Kai is bridge, this Korra bridge. Only Kai is there. No Zora. Okay. This is really where Kai was taken from the blood, sweat, and tears, and that's what the bridge is. So you can be some kind of anime character there. For my manga series on the Legend of Kai and Sora. And I'm gonna have to write the Love Versus Riku again because I lost it, so I'm gonna write it again. Because I lost the first copy of the Love versus Riku. Thank you guys for watching the video and good night.